Hey guys, Eric Hatcher with Century 21 coming with Cooking with Your Agent. Hey, just want to check in with you today. We're not at a place or a home that we're going to be selling, but it is 4th of July, and we want to wish everyone a happy 4th of July. So here, we are at my in-laws' house out here in the beautiful ranchos of Auburn, California. And so we got kids, we're getting ready for the 4th of July party tomorrow, and I have served hundreds and hundreds of people my famous ribs, where I've had so many people that have told me that they're their favorite ribs they've ever eaten in their entire life. So I don't know if they're just trying to be nice to me or they're really good, but I will tell you, they're really good. So I'm going to provide you some secrets today. Basically, I've got my big smoker here, which we'll show you some pictures here in just a minute. You don't have to have one of these pull behind a car smokers if you don't want to have one. You can actually get just a smoker, a Traeger, a different type of smoker. So what I want to show you is our famous rub that we have, and we've got brown sugar, and we've got the famous Montreal seasoning, steak seasoning. So we kind of just kind of go off of what you kind of want your crowd. Sometimes I make it a little bit spicier with a little bit more Montreal. Sometimes we go with probably about 4 to 1, 5 to 1. Just depends on kind of like how spicy you want. You kind of mix that up. I also throw in a little bit of kosher salt here. And today we are smoking 36 racks of ribs. 36. So right here we've got brown sugar, salt, Montreal. Give it a nice big stir here. You can kind of get a tip. You can smell it. You can see if it smells a little bit more spicy or a little bit more sweet. So we are going to put that on our ribs, and it's going to surprise you. We actually put probably maybe a little over a cup of this on each rack of rib. So let's go start the ribs, and it's going to be delicious. All right, welcome back. We've got the ribs over here. This is a little over half of them, so it does look like we're feeding about 100 plus people tomorrow for 4th of July, so it's pretty amazing. I like the pork baby backs, is kind of my favorite. Smoked brisket on here, which is fantastic. We've smoked even sausage a couple weeks ago, which was great too. So I wanted to kind of explain how this is before we throw this on. You want to get your temperature of your smoker, or possibly even a low heat on a barbecue if you want to put these on, and you want to go around the 250 degrees. So down here is my firebox, which I have a couple of small logs in here, which is providing the smoke kind of flavor there. We've done a lot of different logs. We've done cherry, we've done apple, we've done oak, and I kind of like the oak as kind of my favorite. You can kind of tell a little bit, but most of your guests won't be able to tell. So what we do is we actually keep the temperature there. We put the charcoal in there, and the charcoal is what actually keeps things hot and keeps it at the temperature of 250 degrees. So every 20-30 minutes I come back and I put in a little bit of charcoal in there. If you got one of those beautiful Traegers, you can just turn it on 250, walk away from it. But if you have some big commercial unit like this, we need to keep on that fire every about 15-20 minutes, rotating your ribs throughout here as well. So these ribs, to make them very perfect in what you want, they need to smoke for around 7 to 10 hours. And this is a set of ribs where you actually can just grab onto that bone, which we'll show you later, and you just pull it. And the bone just comes right out of that, and that's what we want. So we're going to actually get to that moment. And so let's go ahead and grab one of these. All right, so we've got these. I kind of like to make the mess kind of inside. So I'm going to grab a nice big handful of our rub, and I'm just going to put that on every single bite in there. Just kind of go real nice and generous. And you're going to see that kind of just blended in and melting right in. After around 30 minutes, it's just going to melt right in. It's going to have a beautiful coat on top. All right, so I've got it all in here. They're all have all the rub on them and everything. So these are going to be sitting in here for probably about 35-40 minutes, and then I'm going to come and rotate them because the upper shelf actually gets cooked really well. Now let me tell you a little bit about the smoking portion of this, is that meat can only take so much smoke. So about 4 hours of smoke on these ribs is kind of what you want to have, that they can't take anymore, or you'll just be inhaling smoke on every single bite. So what we want to do here is take out, put them on tin foil. You want to get the heavy duty tin foil. In about 3-4 hours, put them on that, wrap them up really, really good, and then you can put them back in here and keep them at 225. As you can see, it's getting a little bit dark and these aren't ready for tomorrow. So what we do is we put them in some turkey roasters, or you can put it in the oven at 250 degrees and just keep it in there until you're ready to serve them. And then we'll get to that point and I'll show you basically what to do at that point. So let's go ahead and cook these. Uncle Joe, this one's for you. All right, welcome back. Happy 4th of July. Here we are. I want you to know that I stayed up till 1 o'clock this morning actually getting these and babysitting these ribs. As we mentioned before, we stuck them in the turkey roaster, and here we go. So this is a perfect rib, and let's go ahead and check it out. As mentioned, that these were wrapped into the heavy duty foil, which is great. So there you go. I generally take that, flip it that direction. Take this, cut them about every 2, and you can see what makes a perfect rib. Just like that, completely gone. So we'll cut these. I'll take that and we'll flip it right there on top. Lots of different barbecue sauces that are out there. And this one right here is my homemade sauce that we actually make, and it has about 16 different ingredients. So lots of different ones you can find, but just kind of give that a nice little basting on top of that. And we'll go ahead and share and show you what 38 racks of ribs look like here in just a moment. But I just wanted to taste that. Absolutely delicious. So thank you so much for watching Cooking with Your Agent. Happy 4th of July, and we'll see you at the next episode.